Going on, Bluenoses? How we all doing? It's the first football phoning pre-season, so get your calls in today. I hope you're all okay. Get any thoughts you have, any concerns, or are you excited? Even though we are relegated in League One, I am really excited. But we're going to be talking to Nick, and then about 10 to 9, we'll get the phone lines open so you can ring in and speak to us. Here he is, Nick, Chatting Blues. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, Jay, man. Good to be on your channel, mate. Honestly, I said on the last phone, and I don't think it got published because of certain things, but it was just after we got relegated, and I said I should have really said on my own channel, and just while I'm talking about my own channel, if anyone is tuned in, if you can do me a massive favour, it will be my second season doing podcasts. Jump over to Chatting Blues. I'll be starting up again within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'd imagine, once kind of like news starts, news and rumours start, I'll be doing videos. But yeah, like I said, Jade, then I said I'm having a month off,
Need to get back on it, mate.
Yeah, definitely. Like the mad thing is, I've had loads of really nice people contact me on Twitter in my inbox, like asking if I'm all right, and are you still going to be doing videos next season? I've had podcasters what I'd done content with last season from other teams, inquiring about me if I'm all right and that, which has been really nice. You know what I mean? Because I don't come on here, I don't start a YouTube channel up with the intention of it's all about me. It's just something I enjoy, like you, Jay. You enjoy doing it. You enjoy the interaction, and so that's been really nice. From everyone, man, and yeah, just looking forward to next season, man. Looking forward to getting back into the domestic season, see what we can accomplish. How you been?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Yeah, went to the Norwich game last season. And it's just mad, innit? What happened? We haven't had a chance to speak, have we? Since then. And what happened? So, what was your initial thoughts, Nick? I mean, you couldn't write that every team won, could you? It was just typical Blues again, weren't it?
Yeah. I mean, I said, didn't I? I said I think Blues would do the business against Norwich, and it was just unfortunate that other results went our way. But our season wasn't defined on that last game of the season. It was defined throughout that season. And there's many, let's not go over it all again, but there's many reasons why we ended up in League One, for me anyway. So, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I've completely took a month break off, apart from jumping on a few Plymouth Argyle podcasts when Rooney got announced. How mad was that? Wayne Rooney, crazy, man.
I hope it works out for him, because at the end of the day, despite all the piss taking and stuff, he's trying to, he's still trying to have a go, isn't he? So, in that respect, I hope it works out for him. But in terms of experience and that, how's he got another job like that again? You know what I mean? You think he'd start a league or two lower, wouldn't you? And try and, I mean, fair play to him. He's got another job and stuff, but he ain't giving up. But it's just mad, isn't it?
It's mad. Like when the news first come out, I was just, first of all, I was just completely shocked by it, and then I felt sorry for my my mates who have kind of Plymouth Argyle fans. I felt really sorry for them. And then as the days and the weeks have gone on, I thought, do you know what? He might do all right. He might.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean, Jay? He might do all right.
Huh? We were the ones that were positive about Rooney.
Well, I wasn't so positive about him, but yeah. Like I think he might surprise a few people. I'm not going to say he's going to get him up to mid-table or playoffs, but with Plymouth, there's like a glass ceiling where they finished fourth and bottom last season. So anything above that is kind of it's progress, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, is he's got a full pre-season with the players.
Yeah.
Whether that's a good thing
Transfer
or not,
window as well, hasn't he?
he's got a window.
Yeah.
But you know, I said on a podcast the other day, he has to hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? Them first 3 or 4 games are really vital to
Yeah.
him. You know, he can't be losing 3 out of them first 4 games, Rooney. But yeah, man, like I suppose as time's gone on, I think this could it's a making or breaking of him, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I think if it doesn't work out, oh God, I'll just go into like punditry now, go on like match of the day and things like that. Like I'd jacket him personally, but you know, fair play to him. You know, he's still trying to give it a go. Like so,
Yeah.
But yeah, loads of things to look forward to, mate. I'm really excited to get going this season. My daddies as well. You know, he's excited. He thinks we can have a good season. Your thoughts on it, Nick?
Do you know? I'm just going to be honest, and it's really too early to call whether we're going to have a good season or not. You know, I know we're going to be favourites, or it's going to be us or Rotherham, or maybe Wrexham for favourites to win the league. It's really too early. You know, we haven't got a manager in. We don't know who's leaving. We don't know who's staying. So it's really difficult, and this is one of the main reasons why. You know, I've had a lot of people, like I just mentioned, saying, "How come you're not doing content?" There's nothing really to talk about. You know, I don't do much of Twitter. Now and again, you know, I follow a few kind of reliable sources, and you know, I'll get 1 or 2 notifications, and I'll go and check that out, and it's just all rumours, really, isn't it, Jay? And I'm sure in another 4 weeks we'll know a little bit more about, you know, sort of like, hopefully we'll have a manager in the next 4 weeks at least, and then we can start looking at building a squad. That's gonna take us first time of asking, because I can't be having this you know, 2, 3, 4 years of languishing down in League One. You know, I know great owners, and I know you love them, Jay, and I love them. You know, they're doing great things off the pitch, but they're not football men. Do you know what I mean? They're not football orientated.
Of course, they are businessmen, so you know they don't want to. They're going to want to make it work, aren't they? Because like, whether they're interested in football or not, they've invested in Blues. They're going to want to try and make it work, aren't they? So they're going to try and get something right, aren't they? You know what I mean? Like, as a business point of view, because they're a hedge fund, aren't they? So they've come in to help. Well, to stop Blues from going bust, basically, haven't they? And then it all depends on them who they're going to sell it to. Like, eventually, I mean, the way Tom Wagner portrays himself, me and my dad absolutely love him, you know, and I'd love him to stay permanently, but we probably ain't in the long haul. But for the foreseeable, you know, for a few years he's going to be there, isn't he? But like you say, you know, they have to get this appointment right, and I think that's why we haven't heard anything yet, because they're obviously looking around. But mate, I'll tell you one thing: I don't want Frank Lampard, do you? Not after the Rooney scenario.
Yeah, I seen a link from I think it was Football Insider today, and Frank Lampard.
No, Frank Lampard. No, man.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, we're a League One club. We can't expect managers like Liam Rossini.
Well, if the money's there, mate, because at the end of the day, it's money. I mean, this is one thing I'm going to just mention, just quick, Nick. Sorry to interrupt. I was talking to my dad yesterday. You know, the 5 players that they've released. I want to hear your opinion on those players going. But my dad reckons that the club have saved 70 grand a week in wages. Or letting them go. You know, massive that is, mate. 70 grand a week.
Yeah, definitely, Jay, man, and it's a massive recoup. You know, I'd imagine that's from Hogan, You know, and a few other
Sunji,
players. Sunjik, yeah, was another one what was brought under the Chinese. So yeah, it's that's good stuff, and I don't know, mate. Like I don't know how I'm feeling about it. Like, but in terms of the managerial situation, it's really difficult because I think whoever we get in, there's going to be a divide anyway. I know I've got kind of gauged the thing on Alex Neil, and people are really. It's very 50-50, isn't it, with Alex Neil, from what I've seen?
yeah,
Very 50-50. And I think they've got to get this one right.
yeah, they have to. And like I say, I think that's why they're taking the time because I don't think they can afford to get it wrong again. You know what I mean, Nick?
Mm, mm.
But
I
I'm
mean,
just going to say,
look at Sunderland, Jay. Like, they haven't had a manager for, what, 3 or 4 months?
oh no, yeah.
So if Sunderland can't get a manager, I don't know. What's the chances of us getting a decent manager? Do you know, like I'd love Heckingbottom.
Well, money talks, doesn't it? And they've freed up that much in X amount of players that they've gone. I don't know if you've seen that about Job as well. Job Bellingham, if he gets sold from Sunderland, we get like a nice share of funds. So, I mean, we've got like investment. Even though we're in League One, don't forget. I mean, there's different views on this as well. People are saying I just want to focus on the football, which I'm totally with, like 100%. But the guy is still spending 15 million on the stadium, regardless of the league that we're in. He's still spending that amount of money. So we've obviously got money. We're going to get more money, and if money's there, then money talks, doesn't it? So we're going to get like a decent manager if the money's right. So it all depends, doesn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at it from a different angle.
Me personally,
isn't it?
Yeah. Me personally, like I want to see the money being spent on the pitch. Never mind about and listen. And I know not everyone's going to agree with me, right? I'm just being honest, and this is me, and you know me, Joe. Like, I'm not asked about scoreboards going up and a brand new turf going down and that. Yeah. I want to see a squad, a good squad that can get us out of this league at first time of asking. I'm not asked about tweeting about there's a score. We should have had a scoreboard up 10 years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's and don't get me wrong.
Look at the owners we had. They were short, though, weren't they?
Yeah. But if you look at any championship club, they've had the scoreboards we've just had up for many years. So they are catching up and they're getting to grips with things. I just worry that they're not footballing people, and what's happened is the first season they've come in has been disastrous, really.
Yeah.
It's been disastrous. It wasn't in the plans to go down, obviously. And now what do they do? What do they do? Can they handle this situation? So I remember when the Chinese come in 2016, right? And they done exactly what a football fan would want. Is they threw money at it. They got players in. Everyone was hyped up about it all, and unfortunately, they ran out of money, and we didn't get into the Premier League. This is a little bit different. However, it's still. I've still got a bit of. I'm still a little bit worried. If I'm being honest.
Well, I mean, as well, Nick, don't forget as well, I mean, when I was a kid, when Blues were just before Steve Bruce, weren't it? We had Gold and Sullivan, same thing. Their first season, it was an inherited squad, team, club, done exactly the same thing, went down, and then look what happened. But, look what they're doing already, you know what I mean? Look, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to find the positives.
I know you do, man.
I'm just trying to find the positives from it because we're in League One. Yeah, like deep down, I am pissed off. I really am, but I'm just looking forward to get going again and just see what happens. But who knows what's going to happen, mate? We could do an Ipswich and just and Wolves as well. You know, they done it, didn't they? They went up like twice, didn't they? And we might
Yeah,
do it.
yeah,
I don't know, do you? Like, you know,
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
knows.
And this is the thing. A lot of people are saying we could do an Ipswich, we could do this, and we could do that. Like the Ipswich thing is very, very rare. You know, to go double back-to-back promotions. Do you know what I mean? It's rare. It's more like the Sunderlands and the Portsmouths. I mean, Derby Cup took a couple of seasons. We don't want to be languishing down in this league. We want to get back straight away.
Yeah,
I don't care how they do it. I don't care who they bring in. You know, if they think they're right. Listen, he's got to get it right. Gary Cutt's got to get this one right, mate. And I just want to read Sean's comment out here.
Yeah, sound, yeah.
He's saying, I'm all for Lampard, to be honest. You can't really compare him to Rooney. And I totally agree. I think Lampard and Rooney are two completely different guys. Lampard's more in the dressing room, arm over the player's shoulder, where Rooney's completely opposite. Lamps wants to rejuvenate his managerial career. That's just my opinion. And do you know what?
It's great.
Yeah, do you know what, Sean? Like, if you'd have probably asked me a month ago when we got relegated, I'd have probably gone, oh, nah, I don't know about Lampard. But the longer it's gone on and the managers are not really stepping forward to take this job up, I think that it might not be a bad job for him. I might get pelters for this. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, look, the other day, it's only opinions, mate, and this is what I love about this, because I ain't one of these that will like argue the toss on social media. You know, like I see people having different opinions is a good thing because it gives you a lot of things to talk about. But that comment there, like about Frank Lampard, personally, I don't agree with it because I'm looking at it from like an ex-footballer point of view. Like Lampard might come and might be good, but you know, I mean, it's a great comment. Like, you know, it's good to have these different views and opinions and stuff. You know what I mean? It's good to talk about it.
Yeah, I think our mate Richie agrees with what with Sean, who we just read out there about Lampard, and we're not going to get a manager in where everyone's on board with him. That's what we've got to get our heads around. It's going to be a 50-50 split, Jay.
But deep down, you know, like I've just said about Frank Lampard, personally, I don't want him, but if he does get appointed, am I going to back him 100%? Of course I am.
Yeah.
I ain't going to not give him a chance. But I want to show you this as well, Nick, just quick, before we put the calls and stuff on. Okay. Can you see these odds of the managers now?
1 second, Jazz. Yeah, I can, yeah.
I'm going to read these out. You've got Gary Rowett. Bearing in mind he's already been at Blues twice already. Would you want him back for a third time?
The thing with Gary Rowett, and he proved it at the end of last season, he's defensive first, keep a clean sheet, and then if you can nick a goal. And what worried me about Rowett was we only had eight games left when Rowett come in. He's like, can't you see that we can't do that, Gary? Do you know what I mean? We need points, especially the Huddersfield and the Rotherham games spring to mind. So, can he adapt his managerial style to a? You know, we've got to win pretty much every game. You know, if you want to go and win this league, you want to finish in the top two, you've got to be finished on like 90 points. So that means winning almost every game. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be dead against it, but I don't think Rabbit's got that in him. I really don't, mate.
He's too defensive for me.
Yeah.
And I like him, but he's just
lovely kid.
I think for me personally, we need a fresh start, a fresh manager, someone who ain't been at Blues before.
He's a lovely bloke.
Probably get slated for this as well, but this is only because of my nostalgia for Blues as a kid, Steve Bruce. But then again, he was at Aston Villa, wasn't he? So
Steve Bruce, I don't think Bruce will take the job, mate. To be honest,
that's only like the nostalgia bit, and they like when using the and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But, what about the Liam Rosenior?
Now, Liam Rooney's an interesting one, and I think he's a really technical. Speaks well. He kind of knows his philosophy, but I don't think it would work in League One. He's very much play out from the back. We've seen his style play out from the back, like he was. Rooney was playing under Derby, and that was managed Senior. And the thing is, would I have took Rosenior if we'd have stayed in the Championship? Yeah. Would I have took him? Would I take him now? Probably not. That might sound backward, but in League One, like it's a completely different game, mate. Do you know what I mean? You need to switch your play up. You need to go long against certain teams. Do you know what I mean? You need a big number 9. And I don't know whether he's got the capability to switch things up. I think he's very one-dimensional, Liam Rosenior.
What about Ian Evatt?
Is this the Stockport manager?
I think so.
If it's a Stockport manager, I can't remember the name of the Stockport manager. I'd be all for the Stockport manager, 100%.
Alex Neil.
Yeah, do you know, like, this is where, look, I've had a month off and I've not been on Twitter, and I might get, you're a dinosaur and you don't know what's going on at the club and all that, right? When I seen Alex Neil come up, not long after we got relegated, I was like, oh no, keep him away. Because remember when we beat Stoke 2-1 away, and I went to that game, and he didn't like us, did he? He said a few remarks and this, that, and the other, and I suppose it's got people's backs up. But I was looking at his record the other day. So he got Norwich promoted from the Championship to the Premier League, and he also got Sunderland promoted from League One. So he's got experience in both leagues. So he said it wouldn't be the worst appointment, especially as a League One club now. We have to admit, we have to realise that we're a League One club now, lads. Do you know what I mean? And we're not going to attract the likes of, looking down the list, Paul Heckingbottom. He'd be my first choice. But is he going to come to Blues? I very much doubt it. Do you know what I mean? And the same
Darren
as...
Ferguson.
Who, sorry, Jay?
Darren Ferguson. Or David White, Lampard.
Yeah, Darren Ferguson kind of, he was at Peterborough and he's been there a couple of times. I suppose he knows League One inside out, so that wouldn't be a bad shout. Lampard, we've already talked about. Wagner, I'd take all day long. Would he drop down to League One after getting a team into the playoffs? Not so sure. Yeah. Anthony Barry, I'm not sure who that is, Jay.
No, neither do I.
No,
anybody in the comments who now, though, let us know, and anybody who wants to get their opinions in on these as well, get your comments in. Yeah,
let us know in the comments who Anthony Barry is. I think either Anthony Barry or Ian Evatt might be one of the Stockport managers. Yeah. And then Heckingbottom is my number one choice. Chris Hughton just seems to have gone off the radar. It just doesn't seem to be taking any jobs at all. Lee Carsley's an interesting one, isn't he, Joe?
Yeah.
England's under 21 manager, under 20s or 121s manager. Won a trophy with him, I believe. Maybe he could be a shout. Maybe. Let us know in the comments what you think of Lee Carsley. Would he be someone you take on? And for me, just finishing off with Steve Bruce. No, I think that ship's sailed.
Yeah, because that's what I had about Steve Bruce, and I couldn't, because I was a kid. I didn't know the ins and outs of it. Then, and obviously, like media and stuff and sources and that. Don't really look into it much as a kid, but my dad told me that didn't he leave for more money to go to Wigan? Because I always wondered what happened to him, like at the time, like. But didn't he leave for more money in the end?
Yeah. There's a lot of history with with Bruce. I just don't think. I don't think he'll even come back into managing. To be honest, Joe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Richie here. He's saying Lampard and Rooney are night and day. They really are, yeah. Completely different personalities, their way they approach the game. I like Lampard. To be fair, a lot of what Lampard done at Everton. Do you know what I mean? The way he galvanised them. And he didn't do too bad at Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
Derby done quite well. We got Derby the playoffs, didn't he? So maybe it could be a little project for Lampard. I don't know how everyone else feels about Lampard, but yeah, Lampard.
Should we turn the phones on, Nick?
Yeah, should we just quickly go through these comments?
Yeah.
So Gaz is saying Lampard is Burnley ban. Yeah. That I mean, you've got to think as well, Jay. You've got like teams like Burnley, Sunderland. There's a couple of teams in that championship what are managerless at the moment. So we're looking at these managers, but I'm sure if Sunderland came in for, or Burnley, like Gaz is saying, came in for Lampard, I'm sure he'd go there. Yeah, the Stockport manager. Who is that, Robert? The Stockport manager. His name escapes my memory. Really good manager, up and coming manager. Yeah, the Carlos thing for me. What did you make of the Carlos thing, Jack?
Well, I've done a video on it, like just see the response, really, but probably bollocks in it, like. But the thing is with Blues and Albion, because I had a joke on that as well. Like, there's never really like any like major like beef there, really. So like it's more like piss taking, and then you have a point with each other and stuff. But it's one of them derbies where like I'd be happy for Blues to get the manager, but then I'd also feel bad in a way. You know what I mean? That kind of relationship with me, like with Baggies.
Yeah. I mean, like Rich said, no chance of Carlos. When I seen it, I just thought, what a load of nonsense. And then I checked the source, and it was, I think it's Football Insider, or I don't know, it's some really poor outlet on thingy. But yeah, I mean, Carlos Corberán would be. I mean, we'd have to give him a load of dough, but it was just. It's silly season, isn't it? It's silly season. Liam Rossini for me, from Ants. Yeah. Hello, just got back from hospital, broke my arm.
Oh no, hope you're all right. Plenty of rest.
Yeah, plenty of rest. Duke in League One, Jay. What do you think of that, mate?
Yeah. I'm going to score a few, any probably.
Think he can do bits?
Yeah. I still don't think he's a 90-minute player, but he's definitely an impact player, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
I think he's got enough for one more season, but I think after that, I think he's past it, to be honest. But I mean, it would be nice if he could get involved, like in some of the training and stuff, like in terms of coaching or something. Or
yeah.
In terms of a player, I think it's catching up with him now a little bit.
Yeah. And what about, how are you feeling about Rowett, if we got Rowett?
Don't know, mate. I like him, but he's too defensive for me. We've been there before. We've had him twice. I just think we need a fresh start, mate.
Yeah.
Need a new face, and just a fresh start.
Yeah. Hiya, Lee. You okay, mate? Yeah. Lampard is coming in then. Wow. I'm not sure, mate. We'll have to wait and see. Evitt's Bolton manager. Evitt's a Bolton manager, yeah. I mean, he's a great manager. Playoffs 2 seasons on the trot. Oh, lads, just in League One with Barry Fry, we lost 7 games and went up as champions. Yeah, I was there. I went to loads of games that season, Sean. And we touched on it last time, didn't we, Jay? And your old man was around them times, and what a great crack. But like I was 19, 20 at that time, so everything's good when you're 19 or 20, innit?
Yeah.
when you're 50 years old,
and
it's not so good. But great season under Barry Fry. Just a few more comments. Richie says, Dave Dave Challen, and that's it, Rich. Yeah, at Stockport for me would really be interesting. I'd be happy with him, to be honest. And me, mate. You know, up and coming manager. No way, Darren Ferguson. Yeah. A competitive League One this year. Plenty of teams fancy top 6. I mean, that's got to be the. Listen, how would you feel if we finished 5th, Joe?
Mate, look, at the end of the day, it's a hard league to get out of. Really, we want to come back straight away, for the first season, straight back into the Championship. But I mean, mate, finish top 6. Either way, if we win the league, come second, get automatic promotion. If not, mate, we're definitely going to be in the top 6 regardless, and even if we get in the playoffs, I think we'll go up that way. I'm just trying to, as always, be positive again.
Yeah. I know you are.
We've got to get the right manager, though, mate. It's crucial now. It's important. We've got to get the right. We've got to get it right.
Yeah, and Robbie's saying, "I'm sorry, lads. We need just a manager with League One experience. We're building for the for the future, and someone who can take us to the Prem." And I think Alex Neil fits that profile. Yeah. He's got a team out of League One. He's got a team out of the Championship. So let's not write him off, mate. Maybe. Ant says Lee Carsley is a good shout. Riceman Blue says, "Hi Nick, I think you're right. Lampard will be looking to build his managerial career again. Plus, he will play front foot football." And I think you're right. Like what I like about Lampard is he will take a step down. Do you know what I mean? He's not like Rooney, where he's an egomaniac and he he thinks he can stay in the Championship. I think Lampard's a little bit more. Got a bit more humility about him, will take a step back, Just a few more comments, Jay, and then we'll get to the calls, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Bruce, he wanted to manage Blues, but got his eyes set on the Premier League. No Lee Carsley. What league experience as he has, says Robert. Yeah, you're right. Robbie hasn't got no league experience. And the truth of the matter is, he would be a big risk. I think any managerial appointment is a big risk. Anthony Barry, Bayern Munich assistant coach. Yes, could we go abroad and get these? Norwich have done it, haven't they? With their manager, so something like that, something a little bit different. Lampard would be interesting. Carsley, another great shout. Lee Carsley in line for the England job. I'm not sure, Ricky. I'm not sure Lee Carsley would be in line for the Southgate job. I think it'd be someone more like. I was thinking about this actually. Who'd take over from Southgate if we never won the Euros? And
Wayne Rooney.
Wayne Rooney. I was thinking someone like Graham Potter. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if he's holding out for the England job, old Graham Potter. Bcfc boys just replied to you, Jay, saying I'm in so much pain about his arm, broke his arm.
You need to rest up, mate.
Yeah. Jordan saying Lampard was one of my favourite players when I was a kid. Yeah, he was class, mate. Lampard done well at every club when he managed and wanted to spend, played lots of kids, which he did, at Chelsea in Europe. He would be good for us. We'll have one more, then you can do the furniture. James is saying would love Wagner. Yeah. Mullin from Wrexham would be a great signing. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think that Mullin's tied into Wrexham, mate. I don't think we get him, but we definitely need a good number 9 and a couple of good ball playing centre backs. So yeah, all good. So a lot of people from watching this now. There's 112 people. Are not dead against. Yeah, not dead against Lampard and not dead against.
Mate, it's good, mate. Like I always say, it's good to have different views and opinions because it gives you something to talk about. And same again, I see it as a positive. You know what I mean? and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. It's great. We talk about things, and I love being at the Blues with my dad, and there's things that we talk about like we don't agree on, but we have a point and talk about things like, oh yeah, like, I never saw it from that point of view. It's good to talk about. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? If we all thought the same thing, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? We'd have nothing to talk about.
Oh God, yeah, honestly, and especially when it comes to hiring of managers, because it's so important that everyone's got their own views and their own people, their own opinions who they want to see. That it can get quite heated, or we can have little bits of arguments or digs at each other. But we all want what's best. Whoever comes in, we've got to get behind him. And this is the last time I'm going to talk about Rooney, because he split the fan base so much. It was really difficult for him to hit the ground running. Do you know what I mean? Booed off on your first home game when we lost to Hull. This can't happen this time.
Which side of the split was you on, mate?
Well, you know what side, but you know what side I was on, Jay. But the thing is, I was still cheering him on. It was just more of like, I knew this was going to happen. How couldn't the person what hired him couldn't see that? If I can see it, it's going to happen. That was more the frustration with me. But I got behind him. And we have to do the same again with disappointment, and the pressure's on again, because we're expected to. I'm not talking about playoffs. I'm talking about getting in the top two this season. I'm not asked about winning the league. I think we just have to bounce back straight away, Jay.
That's what I mean. Look, worst case scenario, I think Blues will be in the top 6 at least, 100%. And then we've got a chance at the playoff. You know what I mean? So I don't think we're going to finish below anything in the top 6. So should we get the phones on then?
Yeah, crack on, mate.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. And then, right, we're just going to cut to this. Up the Blues, come on. Get your calls in. Come on, Bluenoses.
Yeah.
Get your opinions and
that's quite an interesting one from Gaza. Ashley Cole and was Lampard's assistant at Everton. Could be a sign that he's still at the club. So they're linked together, aren't they? So How
do you think we're going to do, Nick?
Yeah.
Obviously, they've just come up as well, haven't they? And the same again, they've got American owners. They're gonna have a good season again.
Sorry, who's that, Joe?
Wrexham.
I think they'll have another good season. I think that they'll be in and around mid-table, if not challenging for the playoffs. I think they'll be a team to watch out for, 100%. Listen, they're a club on the rise, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the rise. So, 100%. They'll be a team to look out for. Same as Rotherham. I think Rotherham will win the league, personally. Do you know what I mean?
What about Huddersfield? Do you think they'll come straight back up?
I think Huddersfield will be up there with us. I think it'll be teams like us, Huddersfield, Rotherham, Stockport, Wrexham, Bolton. There's a few there. But listen, this is a weaker league than it was last season, especially with the promotion of Portsmouth and Derby and Oxford. Oxford have always been up and challenging. So if we're gonna get out this league, this is a season to do it, in my opinion. And this is why it's so important that we get everything right. We seem to be off to a slow start. And if you look at Leeds last season, right, Leeds missed out on 90 points, but they started slow with their transfers, with their recruitment, this, that, and the other, and we played them in their first couple of games, didn't they? I think they didn't win in the first 5 games, and it's come back to bite them on the arse. So I hope that doesn't happen with us this season, where we're slow in doing things, and then we get everything in place, and it's coming to the end of August, beginning of September, and we're sitting mid-table. We start winning games, we're on a really good run like Leeds did, and we miss out on automatic.
Got a call, mate. Hello?
Jay.
Hey, Rachel.
How we doing, gents? All right?
Yes, mate. You hearing okay, Nick?
You hear me, Nick?
Yeah, he can hear you, mate.
It's good to see him back, mate, after his 4-week sabbatical.
Yeah.
Is he trying to find himself in like the Amazon desert or the Amazon jungle or something and relaxing?
We don't know, mate, do we? Because he's been...
you needed time off. Oh, that last phone call. Yeah, that last video chat you did before the end of the season, you needed time off, mate. I could steam was coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
It
was. Yeah.
You need to save my number as well, because remember I said to you, they asked my details.
Oh, yes.
I changed my phone, mate, and
I'll
didn't save a load of numbers. Yeah, save my number, mate. But yeah, so yeah, it's good to see you back on the old on the phonies, mate. It's all good. It's all kicking off nicely, isn't it? We haven't even started the season yet.
Yeah, well, it's just try and create some positivity, and
100%.
There's so much to look forward to, and it's good for Bluenoses to get things off the chest. Or are you excited? You know what I mean? Or are you worried about stuff? And it's a good thing to talk about it. So this is why I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Like I say, the only downside is we got relegated. But
yeah,
like I said last season a few times that sometimes you'd have to take a step back, take a couple of steps forward, and that's exactly what it is. And I know what Nick's saying with regards to, not too bothered about getting the screens up and all this, that, and the other. But what they're doing is they're doing it the right way. Yeah. They've had to rebuild that stadium. I know we're leaving in 5 years. They've had to upgrade it. So, getting the TV screens in, getting all the, the 15 million quid on all the corporate boxes, the fan parks, and mate, it's unbelievable. So when we get back next season, it's going to feel fantastic. The feel-good factor will be back. And I don't want to hear anything about like playoffs and we'll smash the league next season.
Yeah,
we've got the money to spend. We're going to get the right manager in. I put a note on there saying, according to my sources, I know a few people at the club. Obviously, it's only like hearsay, but it is a 2-horse race. They were going to get O'Neill if it wasn't for Lampard putting his hat into the ring. So apparently they've interviewed him over the last couple of days, and I think they're going to kind of make a decision on them pair. I don't think anyone else is really in the frame for it. That's all just kind of smoke and mirrors. But if you want the truth from me, I think it will be Alex. I think it will be O'Neill. I think that's who they wanted. Yeah. But you've got to speak to Lampard. But I for one, really like Lampard as a player, as a person. If you listen to some of his interviews and some of his podcasts he's been on, mate, he's so articulate, that guy.
Yeah.
He's so different to Rooney, mate. He really is. And I think if we could get hold of him, if they wanted to go for him, I think we should all be really pleased that he'd come and do a job for us.
Lampard, he used to wind me up though, because he used to play so good for Chelsea. As soon as that England top come on, mate, he couldn't hit a barn door, could he?
I know.
He used to wind me up massively. I mean, I loved him as a player, but for England, mate, he used to wind me up massively.
Yeah, he did. But I think that's said to a lot of the England players in our generation. We thought that they were going to win something and they let us down. And that's a podcast for something else. But I just genuinely believe that, we need to really believe this. We are a massive club, and forget about League One for a season. Forget about, would they come to us? Bloody right, we're a pull, mate. Yeah. There's huge ambitions. There'd be so many people would have sent applications in for that job because they know what we're all about. They know what's going to happen next season. Yeah. The FFP for us starts afresh in April, like I said before. Yeah. So they've got money to spend. They said this season, if we're in the Championship or League One, we were going to spend the money. Yeah, they're going to do it. I think we're going to be really surprised with the signs that they make this season. All they've got to do is sell the club, which is an easy sell for me with what they're doing. They're putting the money where their mouth is. and they're going to get players in from Championship, and they're going to say, right, berries for a season. We're gonna go for it, and we're going to be Championship, and then we're going to go in the Championship when we get promoted. That's what's going to happen this season for us, mate. We enjoy it. Just enjoy the ride, mate. We're going to smash it up, and we're going to score a load of goals. I'm telling you now, mate. It's gonna be a really good season, and we're
My dad said the same as well, and Steve, his best mate.
I had my first season ticket, I think, in 91, 92, when we had Barry Fry. So I'm 45 next month, and
I was just born then, Rich.
It was brilliant, mate. It was amazing. It was amazing. It was. It was great, and I just think for what's going to happen next season, I think we're all going to enjoy it. I think it's not going to be as stressful. It certainly isn't. And all the other podcasts that you guys must listen to, everyone's got us as absolute favourites to not just win the league, but to smash the league.
Yeah.
Everyone I've listened to, we're at number one, because they know what the drill's going to be. Yeah. The season tickets this season apparently are going to be record season tickets as well.
Yeah. I reckon they will. I reckon the Blue support's going to be phenomenal this season. I really do.
No, it will be. Yeah, absolutely
really do,
will be. And if you look at the accounts of stuff, right, Blues last season with half the stadium for half of the season, we made the most profit out of all the teams in the Championship, bar the 3 teams who got relegated. What does that say with half the stadium?
I know.
Yeah.
So they're making their money, mate. They're spending it. They're doing it wisely. They're building the scaffolding up, mate, and they're going to fucking rip it off next season.
Here's one thing for you, Rich.
I think we're in for a good time.
What I was talking to Nick about what my dad was telling me about the wage, but what they've saved as well, getting rid of those 5 players, 70 grand a week.
Ridiculous.
70 grand a week.
Yeah,
they've freed up that money as well.
I think Hogan was on something about 20, 25 grand a week. I think he was on something like that, something daft.
Yeah.
It really was. Yeah, it's really good. But I think for me, I think Bakuna needs to go, mate. They need to just have a clean sweep. And I love Duke, but to be honest, mate, I'm ready. But I just want a clean start, mate. I just want to get them out and just sort of like get some new blood in. Maybe Duke just to kind of like, show the new players who comes in what we're all about. But I think they're going to know anyway, because they're going to be sold the club. You're not going to have big prima donnas like we had last season. They're just not going to stand for it. So I just think it's going to be it's going to be half decent, mate.
Do you think we'll see any younger kids come up from the academy, Rich, this season?
I think we'll see 4 or 5 come in. I think
it'd be nice to see some, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. The one player I hope we keep is George Hall.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered about JJ. As far as I'm concerned, he's gone anyway. I think he played his face up last season, didn't he? Hence the reason why Rowett didn't play him for the last 7 odd games.
Yeah.
So he played his face up because he wanted to move to Atlanta, and I think he'll get it. So let's just cash in, and we'll go again.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? We'll do it.
Well, there's one thing for sure. It's definitely going to happen. I'm going to make some great memories because I've never seen Blues in the 3rd tier. Having a point with my dad, and having a point with you too.
Mate, absolutely. But we've just got to enjoy it, mate. Absolutely. But we've got to enjoy it, right? It's embarrassing that we're in League One, but at the end of the day, let's just go and smash it up. Get what we've got to do. Get out this season, and then see what happens in the next few years. It's fantastic, mate. Honestly, it is a feel good factor. I mean, how many people can say that when they're relegated to League One? Normally, the club needs to sell players. They can't spend any money. We've just spent another 15 million quid on TVs and frigging fan parks, mate. That just goes to show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when the players start coming in and we get a new squad and whatnot, it's going to be exciting, mate. It really, really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been going down a long, long time, and this is the best I've felt, believe it or not, in the summer since the Sullivans, without a doubt. There's not. I just think we're going to. I think this is the turning point. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is it, mate. So what's Nick's thoughts on it, mate? He's been very quiet. I'll let him get a word in now. What's he saying?
No, sorry, Rich. All it is, I'm not being quiet. It's just that is that we can't speak at the same time. But yeah, I agree. I agree with everything you've said, mate. I agree with everything you said. I think we need to go into this season. We know very little at the moment. We haven't got a manager. We don't know what players are coming in. We don't know who's leaving, so we're very much in the dark at the moment. However, we are a massive club in that league, so we, I think at the moment as we stand, we're Bucky's favourites. We're the biggest club in that league, and we have to go up first time of asking. We can't be doing a Sunderland and trying to do it on a cheap, right? And spending 3 or 4 seasons down there. We need to bounce back straight away. Do you know what I mean? And then build from the Championship up to over the next season or 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons, in challenging for the playoffs again, and getting in the Premier League. Getting in the Premier League, Rich, that's our aim, man. It's been a big setback, right? But we've got to take it now, right? We've been the laughing stock, but now, as long as we start off well and we start off moving up that league, we'll be fine. The fans will be coming back. Well, I hope the fans don't go anyway. I've had a season ticket for years. I'll be back down there. I know you will, Rich. I know you will, Jay. I know a lot of our listeners will be. So let's all just get behind the team, get behind the manager, wherever they're bringing, and let's push on. Let's get us out of this league. First time of asking, and just put it down as a blip.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Reach,
mate, absolutely. I agree with everything you said, and we won't stay there for 3-4 years, mate. We won't. Yeah. I know. The thing is, I know people say that our owners don't know anything about football, and you're absolutely right. They that's why they've got one of the best people in the game in Gary Cook, regardless of Rooney. Right, he knows what he's fucking doing. Yeah. So you don't become the really Nike running Man City if you don't know what you're doing. There's a mistake's been made. The directive was to get him from the top before the club they bought the club anyway. That was a mistake. They're gonna get it right, and it will happen. So it's brilliant, mate. It's decent. So I think by Friday, we'll have an announcement on who the manager's going to be. It'll be O'Neill or Lampard. But I don't know. I'll take either. I really will take either. I'll be happy with either of them as long as they get a good backroom staff in as well to help them out. We need stability. They're going on an Austrian tour, aren't they? It sounds good fun, to be fair. I was going to go to a couple of the games, but I'm going away myself. I think they're like a bit of a tour of Austria, aren't they? I think they're all going away, and it's supposed to be quite a good fun, that is, to be fair. But pretty decent. Did any of you guys go to the Barry Fry night with Dougray?
No, man, but I watched it.
It's brilliant, man.
Yeah,
so good.
Is it good?
Oh, mate, well, Dougray is my all-time favourite player. I've seen down the Blues. Yeah. He was my idol. So I bought one of those, the old shirt off eBay, the one he wore, and then I got him to sign it. I'm getting it framed. But what a fantastic night that was, mate! It was brilliant. It was really, really good night. The stories and
Barry Fry. Barry was definitely blinding, wasn't he, Rich?
Oh, mate, Barry Fry was brilliant, mate. He was comedy gold. And he loves the Blues, mate.
I know he does. You Bluenoses.
Yeah, but do you know what, Dougray, mate? I don't think he realised just how much he was loved by the fans. I mean, he was only with us for a season and a half.
Yeah,
but he was unbelievable. What he did with the ball was just incredible. I've never seen anything like it down that club ever. He was awesome, but it was a really good night. That was. It really, really was.
Good era, mate, weren't it? I mean, that was my childhood. That was my, that was the prime of my childhood. That was that era with Steve Bruce, and I think that's why I'm a little bit like I love Steve Bruce. Yeah. But that's only like the nostalgia in me, you know what I mean? That's
definitely, yeah. Well, Brucey said in one of his interviews, he actually got him Dougray. He took him to his house, and he was sitting around his coffee table having tea and biscuits, and he just said, "Yeah, I'll come and play for you." He could have gone to any club in the Premier League that year. He was untouchable. Untouchable, and Brucey got it done. We had a really good side, didn't we? To be fair, with Dougray and Dern and all that sort of
Robbie
stuff.
Robbie Savage, David Dunn.
Yeah. Mate, we had some players. Mario Melchiot. Melchiot, Stephen Carr. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, mate, I watched it was on Retro on the Retro now. Did you see it was on Sky when I watched it all, and I was buzzing, mate. It was nice watching the old the final back. But just wanted to ring up, let someone else have a chance to call in. But it's positive.
Yeah.
And let's have it, mate. Let's do it.
Keep
Can
right
I
on.
ask a quick question?
We're do some stuff down the Blues next season. We've got some going to get some tables in, like the new stuff. So I want you guys to come with us.
Yeah,
We'll
sounds, yeah.
come as our guests, mate. We'll have some beers and some food, and we'll have a proper catch up.
Yeah. Can I just quickly ask Rich a question, Jay?
Rich,
yeah.
Nick wants to ask you a question, mate, before you go.
Of course, yeah.
Rich, do you know the sort of players I'd love for next season? And I know they've gone now, but like the types of like Keithton Belt and David Davis and Magoma, them types of players. I think they're the types of players we need for next season. Do you know what I mean? Really gritty players, what unafraid to get stuck in, because I do worry about the likes of Miyoshi, really skillful player, by the way. But just it's a real physical league. I just think, if you could rewind, 6-7 years, get them types of players in, your David Davises, your Keith Belts. I'd love players like that back again, even if it's for a season or two.
Rich?
I'd love players like that.
Yes, mate.
He's just listening.
I heard that. Yeah, mate. Absolutely. We definitely need players like that in, don't we? Just to steady the ship. We really, really do. I mean, like David Davies. Do you remember his reaction when we equalised against the Villa? When he ran down the pitch?
Yeah, man.
With his shirt off.
Yeah.
That's the sort of commitment we want, mate, don't we? They were just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We definitely need that.
Yeah.
We do. And I think if you going back to that cup final, did you see who we had in the midfield there, mate? Like Barry Ferguson. We had these guys were like proper blokes, proper men. They weren't messing about, mate. That's exactly what we're. Stephen Carr. We had some leaders on that pitch who would pull you out, who would literally pull you to one side on the pitch if you'd fucked up. That's what we didn't have this season. None of them wanted to stand up. No. None of them cared enough. You could tell of them. No one was roasting them in the changing rooms. There was no fallings out. There was nothing. It was just like, oh yeah, we conceded again. Oh well, never mind. If you see all them players, I know we're in the Premier League then. I know we got relegated, but we had proper men playing for us. Do you know what I mean? They were leaders on and off the pitch. It was that's what we need. We absolutely do need it, like a Clifton Bell or a Roger Johnson. We need players like that. I mean, Roger Johnston. I told you, did I bumped into him at that Norwich game?
I was looking out for you, mate.
What a class bloke, mate. Well, to be honest, mate, I saw him, so I was chatting to him for about 20 minutes. I was chewing his ear off. What a bloke he was, mate. Yeah. He was great, wasn't he? He was a great centre back. But yeah, we need some grit in the midfield, but we need the creative players as well. And I think they'll get it right. They'll absolutely get it right this summer. Yeah. And I think we're all going to be in for a lot of goals. And I genuinely believe, I've not even had a drink tonight, I think I want to go for a record points in that League One. No messing around with playoffs and whatever. No. We started to mean to go on and we smashed the league, mate.
Nice,
home and away.
Nice, Rich. I love it, mate.
Yeah.
The positivity, mate. Up the Blues.
Up the Blues. Right then, guys. I'll look at all the comments and we look forward to hearing everyone else's opinion.
Yeah, so mate. Cheers for ringing in, Rich.
Say my number, buddy.
Man. Rich L, man. Rich L.
Absolutely. I might wear my Dougery shirt next season. I'll then again it'll be framed, wouldn't it? But I was so chuffed, mate, when I met him. I was like, my wife said to me, I said the picture. She said, "I've never seen you so happy in your life." I was like, okay. Do you know what I put? I've got to tell you this. It was funny because they called him El God, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because he was so good. And I said to him, he was like a translator. I said, I want him to write to Rich from one God to another. And he pitched himself laughing, mate, Dougery, and he said no one's ever asked him to sign that before. But mate, what a guy, what a legend, mate.
Yeah.
What a legend. And you know what? He took all his time with loads of fans and stuff. It was great. Proper player, mate. Proper player.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Yeah.
Right. Speak to you later, gentlemen.
Yeah, nice.
Keep Rich.
Keep right on, up the Blues,
Keep
and
right on,
shit on
mate.
the Villa.
Yeah,
See you later, mate.
Mate, a massive shit as well.
Fucking right, mate. Yeah, definitely. I'm sure them trolls will be out and about.
Oh, yeah, mate, definitely.
Trolling around, the little keyboard warriors. Yeah.
So, mate, keep
All right,
right
bud.
on.
Take care. See you later, guys.
See you later, mate.
Rich.
Quality.
Yeah. You know, I always like to hear Richie's views. You know, he's always positive and kind of upbeat, and then you know, it's just what you need. It's just what you need to hear at this time. So yeah, really good to hear you, Rich, man, and hopefully see you next season.
Hello,
Jay. All right.
Everybody
sit on the Villa. There's no alone. Oh,
shit! How you doing, Duncan? You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay, but that last corner was really bang on the money there, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think what Mick just said about them type of players that we need, we certainly do need a few of them, because the one thing that we've got to overcome in this division at the start of the season, the first 5 or 6 games, we can't let them bully us, because they're going to have donkeys up front at 6'2". They're going to have centre halves that can't play football, but they'll be able to kick you up in the air like on a Tuesday night. And we have to have people that can play a little bit of football, but also give it back. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like I remember, like back in the day, you know, like you might have that flair player in the midfield, but it's going to be protected by battlers. Do you know what I mean?
What's your views on the manager situation, Duncan? Like, have you got like a personal favourite or?
No, I haven't really. I just want. I don't think that we should go back to Steve Bruce.
Yeah.
Only because of his age, and like, I mean, I'm in my 50s, so like, it's not being age discrimination, but we need someone that's got a bit of. Like, I'm a football coach, actually, back in the day. I was coaching about 5 years ago before the lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was doing some of the academy there with United.
Yeah.
And the tactics of football's changed now. It's not box to box and all that. It is possession, and it's built from the back. I know that we aren't going to do that in this division, but we need someone that can maybe try a little bit of that mixed in with a little bit of, don't let them bully us, let's bully them.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I mean, you remember Brian Hughes, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic player in midfield, but when he needed to, he'd stick his foot in and like snap a few ankles. I'm not saying he did, but when he needed to, he could play a little bit hard and a little bit dirty, and sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah,
because it's professional football. It's not like Sunday Park, is it?
No.
You know, when we have to stand up and be counted here. Like, and I know someone just said about Duke, and look, Duke's not going to play every game. He's going to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
But if we're struggling in the game, if someone could bring on in that last 15 minutes to maybe be at the far post, like is his trademark, and stick it in the net. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's all going to help us, you know?
Yeah. What's your views on the season and stuff, Duncan? Because obviously we haven't spoken since the relegation and stuff. I mean, what's your views on it looking into the future now? Do you think we're going to be all right? You excited?
Yeah, I think
concerned?
So. I mean, if it was another era and we never had these owners, I would be. I'd be a bit down in the dumps. I mean, that last day of the season was a bag of bollocks, so we'll say. But the next day, we've got these owners, so let's be all positive. I just hope whoever comes in, I mean, look, whoever comes in has got to mix this team up. A couple of decent footballers, but we can't have all footballers because it's like in this division they're going to bully. So we have to have a bit of mixture here. We have to be a bit savvy. Yeah. You know, if you're going to get a ball playing midfielder, make sure the bloke next to him is a Martin O'Connell or someone. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, or even back in the day, a Mark Ward.
Yeah.
You know, because he put his foot in, Brian Hughes stick his foot in when he needs it to, you know, because we can't let them bully us. Because when it's -1 at Stockport or whatever on a Tuesday night,
they're going to be up for it, aren't they?
Yeah,
absolutely. And I like Bacuna, but he's got to go because he isn't going to do that on a Tuesday night when it's -1. No disrespect to the lad. Yeah. Like, we need people that are going to battle 110%. We have, I'm so passionate here. We have to get off to the most amazing start. The first 5 games in this league, we have to stamp it down. And when someone says, "Oh, we have Birmingham City next week," we're going to lose that one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Great comment, mate. Yeah, we need to be on it, don't we, from the off? We need to
absolutely. You know, and we have to get. I know the transfer window it's not open yet, is it?
No.
Like, the only people that we can sign are people on a free or whether they're out of contract, aren't they?
Yeah, I am happy that we're keeping Keshi Anderson now.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, like
him that season.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What do you reckon Wrexham are going to be like as well? Do you think they're going to have a good season as well, Dunk?
I think so, yeah, because they've had this couple of years where they're like bouncing and they've got the feel factor, the same as us to a certain extent, isn't it? You know, like, you know, it'd be lovely if us and them could go up.
Yeah.
And imagine if they do pull off a game in America. For one game, I don't mind. I mean, I hope it's like every other Saturday. Imagine that. Yeah. But no, that one game, it'll put all the Arsenals and Liverpools and Man United's noses out of joint.
Oh, yeah,
because they've always wanted to do something like this. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like that as well. You know, there's loads of mixed views on it, and it's great, you know, that everyone has different views and opinions on it. But me personally, I'd be happy to sacrifice one game of the season if it generated that much revenue, mate, because it would be massive for both clubs. You know, League One football generating more money than some of the big clubs. It'd be massive.
Yeah,
absolutely massive.
Yeah, like, I just hope whoever comes in gets the balance right, because I mean, this league that we're going into, Mick can tell you, because he went when I went in, you know, back in the day when we was in that 3rd division. If you don't get your finger out, it's, you know, it's like super glue. And all them teams, they want you down there with them.
Yeah.
And we have to, if they're going to kick lumps out of us, then we'll kick lumps out of them for 20 minutes and see how they like it, and then we'll play our football after.
Yeah.
100%.
We're all right, mate.
Yeah. Anyway, lads, thank you. I appreciate it. It's a good show, and I'll go on enough for you.
It's really good to hear from you as well, Duncan, and I'm glad you're more right.
Yeah, man. I'll catch up soon, all right? We will, I promise you.
Yeah, definitely,
all
mate.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
Keep right on, Dunk.
I need, mate. Ta-ra.
Ta-ra, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Dunk. Thanks for calling in. You know, raised some good points. Pretty much what I was just mentioning about we need physical players for this league. You know, I think someone mentioned it earlier in the comments that we was the smallest or the most weakest team in terms of physicality in the Championship last season. I think that's definitely got to change. Well, it's got to change for League One. Do you know, it's a very much not all the time. It's very much a long ball game. You know, a big striker like Duncan mentioned. You know, it's not necessarily playing out from the back. It's just rough and
ready.
Rough and ready, mate. And you know, I do worry. No, I'm not worrying, because if Blues have got, if the recruitment team have got anything behind them, they'll know what we know, that this league is hard. It's physical. You can't be getting the likes of, you can't get in. You can't be getting another 7 Miyoshis. Do you know what I mean? Where they're just going to get pushed off, blown off the ball, mate. Do you know? Yes, you do need 1 or 2 skillful players what can pick the defences apart or run through the midfield, or and you definitely need a couple of ball playing defenders what can play through the lines. But you need physicality in this league, and if you don't, and if the recruitment's not right, and then the first 5 or 10 games, and we're not in and around the top 10 in the first, say, I don't know, say 10 games, people will start worrying, because then you've got to wait until the January transfer window. Yeah. So massive decisions to be made. In terms of recruitment, in terms of the manager. But yeah, both Richie out and Duncan's made some really good points.
Yeah, and anybody else who wants to get the calls in as well, it'd be good to hear some more Bluenoses ringing. You're excited, you're concerned, or just get your comments in and get your calls in.
And I agree with this one here, Dan the man. Anyone who thinks League One is below them can go. 100%, Dan. Like, if I mean, the first player that comes to my mind then was Bacuna. But any of them, even Sanderson, do you know what I mean? Even though I think Sanderson would have a good season next season, and that might raise a few eyebrows. I think he'd have a good season in League One. But even if he thinks that League One is below him, if he thinks he's a Championship player and he's not willing to drop down with Blues, ta-ra, mate, you can go. And that can go for any of the players like Dan mentions, 100%, mate.
Did you see the comment earlier when I was on the phone to Duncan about Bacuna going to Coventry?
I did see that, yeah. I don't know how true it is.
Thoughts on that? Like, if it is true, would you let him go? Or...
Yeah, get rid of him, mate. I was never keen on him anyway. I'll get rid of him, get as much money as we can for him. He won't drop down to League One anyway. His ego is too massive. So he'll be gone. He will not be here next season, Bacuna. So yeah, get rid of him, get as much money as we can for him, and get someone who wants to fight for the badge.
What about Buchanan? I think he'll...
Do you know what? I like to think Buchanan will stay, Jay. I do.
Yeah.
I really do. I like to think Buchanan will stay. And I think if Buchanan stays, I think he'll have a really good season, because he's one of them fighters. He's one of them players what's not afraid to put a tackle in. Do you know what I mean? And as long as we offer him the right money, I think he will stay.
Right. I'm going to share this with you now, Nick. Yeah. Right. Would you keep or let go?
Okay.
Can you see that now?
Yeah, I can, mate, yeah.
Oh, hang on, my screen's gone all funny. Right, okay. So this is the Blues website. Right, out these players, I mean,
let me just set...
on there, hasn't he?
Average is gone, yeah.
Yeah. John Ruddy's obviously staying. Mark Roberts has gone. Ethan Ladd and Lee, would you keep?
Yeah, I'll keep both of them.
Sanderson, Dramé and Longello. Has Dramé gone back because he was on loan from Leeds? Or
yeah, Dramé will go back to Leeds. Even if we could get him back, maybe even on loan. You never know. But I would imagine he'll either feature for Leeds on the bench, or he'll go to another Championship team on loan. Sanderson will keep. Even
Longello.
Do you know what? I'd probably keep Longello as well, mate.
Really?
I think he could do bits in League One. I'm not his massive fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Longello. I just think he could do bits.
Josh Williams, I know that he's from the academy, isn't
he? Yeah.
I've seen him yet, have we?
Not
Manuel Ayew.
No, I don't like Ayew. No.
Daly, Bacuna, Miyoshi. Now, I thought Miyoshi would go just because of his international status, being in the lower league, but I'd love it if he stayed at Blues because I really liked him last season.
Yeah, I think you need that tricky player, and if he stays, I'd be all for it. You do need that tricky player. So if he wants to stay and he's willing to, chip in, then I'd be happy for him to stay. We've just talked about Bacuna. He'll leave.
Paik Sunko, Alfie Chang, Keshi Anderson. I'm glad they kept Keshi.
Yeah. Do you know I'm looking forward to seeing, Jay? Alfie Chang, man.
Yeah.
This guy, I just hope his injury ain't affected him too much.
Yeah,
this guy is absolutely quality. Honest to God, man. I was so gutted when he got injured. He's one of them holding midfielders what can pick a pass. He can play through the lines. He's really intelligent. He can put a tackle in. So let's hope the injury. It was an ACL, wasn't it? That it hasn't affected him too much, but he seems positive. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing him. We're keeping Keshi Anderson, which is a massive positive. I'd imagine Songho will go.
Yeah. So this is what I love about this as well. And you can look about the opinions and stuff. It's just brilliant. Like I love it. I do. Like, I mean, you got people want Backer to go. You got a comment here from Blue Shadow saying love Bielik and Backer. Miyoshi's all right. We've all got different views. It's good, really. Like,
yeah, Bielik's all. I mean, I'd keep Bielik, but he won't stay, will he?
What about Andre Dazelle, Sariki Dembele, Jordan James?
I'd keep. Do you know, like that Andre Dazelle? Do you remember that tackle? It's towards the end of the season, and I just think, what a tackle! I can't think it was.
Was it against Millwall? When we lost.
He could have been charged, but do you remember that tackle? I just think there's something in Dazelle, and whether he dropped down to League One, but isn't he on loan anyway?
Yeah. Look, it says on loan there. Look.
Yeah, on loan. So, Dembele, will he stay in League One? Would I keep him? Yes.
Would you keep him?
I'd obviously keep him, but he's not going to stay. He'll go, Jordan James.
Sunjik's gone. Alex Pritchard. Gardner's gone, hasn't he? So, Alex Pritchard, would you keep him?
Yeah, keep him for another season. I think Pritchard can do bits, mate, in League, especially in League One.
George Hall, I'd definitely keep him, mate.
Yeah.
My opinion, why we didn't play him enough, I don't know, mate. He's rapid. He's got some pace on the ball. He has. Have you, mate?
Really quick.
On there, was he?
I remember his debut, and I was at the game with my mate, and he come on, and honest to God, he was so quick. And I turned to my mate, I said, "Who the is this?" And he oh mate, I was so impressed with him. But he's injury prone. Let's hope he kind of has a pre-season where he stays fit. And but if we can keep hold of him and keep him fit, he'd have a brilliant season. I don't think staying in the Championship for him. I don't even know anyone would take him on actually because of his injury record. So maybe we would keep him and keep him fit. He'd tear that League One up, mate. Honest to God. Yeah,
you reckon? Yeah, look at these comments. We have outstanding young talent coming through, and not just the obvious ones everyone's talking about. Tyson looks really good striker. Yeah. Donovan, of course. Fogarty at centre half. Yeah, but I mean, the reputation the Blues have got for the academy, Nick.
Yeah.
League One is a perfect opportunity now for these players to make a name for themselves. And me personally, I'd like to see some of the young players from the academy get implemented into the squad and have a go. You know what I mean?
I know.
Young and keen.
Young and keen. I think we will. I think we will see the likes of the guy who put that comment down. I think we will see the likes of them players. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, we got Scott Hogan. Obviously, he's gone now. Dukey, he's on for another season. Stansfield's gone back, hasn't he? Or he's about to. Oliver Burke, mate.
Oh.
Tyler Roberts.
Do you know? Well, he's on a 4-year contract, so he's got no choice. I don't think no one's going to have him. So let's give him 6 months, see where he's at. Yeah.
You know what I like about Tyler Roberts? He's granted he hasn't scored goals, but a lot of our goals from last season came from him. Whether it was missed chances or, I mean, that game against Coventry, mate, them 2 through balls to stand. You know, I know one was. How many goals did Stansfield score now? Was it just the one or was it 2? Well, there was 2 through balls that he played through for them 2 goals. There was phenomenal.
Coventry game, weren't it?
Cracking balls.
Yeah. I mean, he has got it. It's just getting the consistency out of him. So I'm not massively over kind of thingy about him, but let's give him a go. You know, I don't think many clubs are going to come in for him anyway in the Championship. So let's see how he gets on.
Yeah,
Donovan, mate. I think this is I think this could be a season for Donovan.
Yeah,
to really show what he's capable of. I mean, under Rooney, he's so fearless, isn't he, Donovan? I mean, he's only 5'5", but he could cause some problems, mate. He really could, Donovan.
Yeah, I reckon as well. I mean, I was impressed with him when I saw him, mate. When Rooney was bringing him on. But I mean, that's one good thing about Rooney was Donovan.
Yeah. Rooney was the first one to play him, weren't he?
He was, yeah. Yeah. We've hit the hour and a half mark, Nick.
Is it hour and a half already? Bloody hell.
Yeah, quick, hasn't it, mate? Well, it's been good to have a catch up with you and stuff, mate.
Yeah, it's been really nice, really nice. Like I say, I haven't been on a Blues podcast. I've been on other people's podcasts just to talk about other bits and bobs. But really nice to come on and talk about Blues. It's been a month now. And I'll quickly say why people are still watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, could you do me a massive favour and jump over to my channel? It's called Chatting Blues on YouTube. And we'll be doing content next season. Well, in the next few weeks, actually, you know, and I've got to pay for my StreamYard account again, which is it's I think it's over £200. You know what I mean? And that's fine. I'm not asking for any contributions or anything, but what I would like is if you are a Blues fan and you like what me and Jay do, and you like you know, just general talking about Blues, then jump over Chatting Blues and just subscribe to my channel. I think I'm only about 130 subscribers off 1,000, so I'd really appreciate it.
Let's get Nick to 1,000. Come on, Bluenoses.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate it if we could get to 1,000 before the start of the season, and then we can really get stuck into some content, get you guys involved, and just let's have a nice season, lads, man. Let's start. You know what? It'd be nice, Jack, just to see us winning some games, man.
Yeah, getting pissed and watching the Blues.
Yeah.
Been better, mate.
Just winning games.
Tell me what's better, Nick, right now on the spot than having some beers with Bluenoses. Tell me what's better, mate. Like,
no, it's class, mate. And these are the times when we have this closed season where from the beginning of May to the beginning of August, where it's a really tough time to especially in this day and age where, you know, people are suffering from depression and mental health and stuff like that. And now there's no football on, and you know, luckily we've got the Euros coming up, but it can be really tough for people. Do you know what I mean? It's tough for me, honest to God. I find it really tough without football. So, you know, I love doing these shows with you, Jay. I love doing my channel, and I love interacting with the the subscribers and stuff like that. I do, man, and it keeps me going, and hopefully it keeps everyone else going. It's like a little community in it, Jay.
Yeah. Speaking of mental health and stuff as well, I think thinking about doing like a mental health episode where you can just phone in and stuff, anything you want to talk about, because I've done that charity live stream, didn't I? That 12-hour live stream.
Yeah, fair.
Because I suffered like from it like quite a few years back now, but you know what? I've overcome it, like, you know, and I'd love to raise money and help people and stuff. But you know, I had the phone lines on for the old 12 hours. There's people ringing in and talking about their thoughts and stuff and problems they've had in the past, or like problems that they've currently facing. You know, it was superb, and hearing people talk about it, you know, they was just so relieved to just speak to me, like, things off the chest. So I think that's one thing I'm going to start doing, is like a mental health podcast where you can just literally talk and get things off your chest. And that's one thing I want to do. Yeah, again, I really enjoyed that because it was nice to, you know, I was talking about my past and stuff, and you know, it's just good to not bottle things up and don't be afraid to speak about things. You know.
Yeah.
Not as hard as
No, I tuned in a couple of times when you was doing that, Jay, and I think it's really brave. Yeah, a really good thing to do, because listen, I can't say everyone, but I know I've sort of suffered through mental health throughout my life. Do you know what I mean? Through certain things, and I'm sure a lot of the people listening have suffered through mental health. Do you know what I mean? And listen, it's not the best time of year as a football fan, you know, when there's no football on and this, that, and the other. And what you done was really good stuff, Jan. I was a bit disappointed it got took down, didn't it?
I know, yeah. Well, I think I know what to do next time. It was because I was watching all the Blues games, and I think it's because of the sound and the audio that it got picked up on like other things. Yeah. So it was a shame, really, because you know it was 12 hours of me just watching Blues stuff and just talking about Blues, talking about football, and people ringing in and just getting things off the chest. You know, it was brilliant. Like, and the amount of people that actually felt relieved talking to me just to get stuff off the chest, mate. It was brilliant. You know, it just makes me feel a bit better, like, you know, enjoy their day and stuff. You know, it was brilliant. And one thing I'm going to try and do, I think, is try and do like a mental health episode, like once a month, or you know, just talking about that, like, really. And
it's good stuff, Jay. Really good stuff, mate, and a good cause. Let's hope all our mental health this time next year we're all in a good space. Do you know what I mean? A good space, headspace. Let's say.
Blues go to Wembley.
Yeah, Wembley. That, do you know what would you prefer, Jay? A top 2 finish or a playoff finish, but winning at Wembley? Finish on that.
Oh, mate, you know, like ideally, like a top 2 finish, but just for how Blues fans are, mate, seeing Blues at Wembley and like watching the old playoff final against Norwich at the Millennium Stadium, mate. Fucking hell, mate, honestly. Blues fans, mate. Oh, mate. I've watched them videos, mate, 1,000 times, and every time I watch them back, even now, mate, like, it just gets better. Like, the more times I watch them, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for like the passion and stuff, I'd probably say the playoffs and just being in a Wembley Stadium with Blues fans. But like, ideally, top 2 finish. Yeah.
I think top two definitely. Because it's the heart rate in it. It's a not knowing, and everything can go wrong. But when it does go right at Wembley, there's nothing better. You know what I mean? But to play it safe, I'd go top 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but if it does pull off, and you do get to Wembley and you win the playoff final, you know, there's nothing better. But listen, let's hope this time next year we're preparing for the championship.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I've really enjoyed talking to you, Nick. I'm glad you're all right, mate, and hopefully we can see you back on YouTube very soon. We all need to get back on there, mate, and do your business.
Yeah. Thanks ever so much, Jay, and thanks ever so much, guys, for tuning in. It's been a really good show. Really appreciate your comments,
all the phone calls and comments and
phone calls. And I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks ever so much, Jay, and keep up the good work.
Cheers, mate. Keep right on, Nick.
Keep right on.
Keep right on, Bluenoses. Up the Blues. We'll catch you on the next video.